Some days when I teach things, everybody rock stars it. You make me feel like a rock star. Some days when I teach things, we struggle, okay? The hardest thing about being a teacher, hardest thing is acknowledging that your students are going to fail, allowing them to fail, and allowing that failure to be part of the learning process. It's tough, right? Especially as an instructor, because then we start sharing your wins and losses, and when we see you failing at a technique, we carry a little bit of that with us. But at your discovery part of learning, you don't know what it feels like to do it right, and you don't know what it feels like to do it wrong. And so the majority of us doing this move right here, we're doing it wrong, and I sat there and kind of watched you do it. And it's tough, right? Because I want to go over there and do it for you. I know how to do this move. The order in which we do things is very important. The training partner, hand placement, and movements is very important. And so what you'll find as you move up the ranks, when you have a great training partner like Josh, why do you think I use Josh?
Awesome.
Because he is awesome, yeah. No, but more importantly, it's because he feeds me the correct techniques, right? Like at white belt, it's like the Wild Wild West. You don't know what's going to happen. And then by blue belt, people get the idea. By black belt, like if we want to do armbar drills, we'll get 200 of them each because he's right in that right zone for me. And you guys are kind of still feeling out what that zone is. So I'm going to go over again this technique. It's something that I'm very good at. And so I want you to be good with this technique as well. The person that is on top, the hand needs to go on the hip. We're going to look at what happens when they place the hand in the armpit. We're going to look at what happens when the hand goes over the ribs and either places on the floor, but that's not what we're doing right now. And so when I see some people having trouble doing the technique, it's because the person on top, your hand is in the wrong place. Your hand has to be on the hip, okay? Makes sense, number one. Number two, you need to start the posture and hide that back. Because if you don't hide the back, there's no reason for me to do the variation of the pocket sweep. I'm just going to take your back. It's okay. So we talked about this space, right? And you guys are looking straight on. It's a little bit difficult for you to see what's happening here. Let's turn just a little bit. So little bunny foo-foo means I'm blocking the tricep. I'm up on my side. I'm protecting that basketball bit of space. To enter the knee shield, I'm going to disengage with my hips, but you can see my body stays nice and tight to block that cross face. If I start to arch now, that's when he's going to start putting me back flat. So we don't want that, okay? I need to move my hips and put that knee shield in first. And you can see that range with my hips. My upper body didn't move, my hips did. And you see that when I put that knee shield in, then I suck my hips back in. Now you can see where Josh's hand is. It's on the hip, exactly where it's supposed to go. Some of you are getting lazy over here, and when you go to reach this hand through, the hand's not there. We'll do something else. Just as a preview, so you can see what I'm talking about, we'll bring that knee up. Now look, his arm's trapped. Now he'll start to posture. When he starts to posture, then we can sit in. So the hand can't go over here. The hand goes on the hip because that allows you to posture and hide this shoulder. So, one, hips, open that knee. My hand's going to come through and grab a hold of that sleeve. If I go to do this and he lifts his hand and postures, there's power in that too. Different movement. Back down. So I'm in here, keeping his weight off of me. I still got the hand on the shoulder. My hand reaches through and grabs control. Now this one comes over. When this one comes over, you see where the hand is? Specific. Now watch. That's how I clear that. That's when the arch comes in. When that arm clears, kick, headbutt. If you can do this, of course you do that. But the person is holding that shoulder back. They don't want you to take the back, right? So my head comes in nice and tight. Hug, hips, oh, roll them over. The order is super important. Let's look one more angle, okay? Little bunny foo-foo, right? Hips disengage, and I open that knee shield. Hand, the bottom one, comes across and grabs a hold of that sleeve. Bravado. Bravado. Hips, kick, head, hug. Watch my hip movement. Under. I'm moving into him. Not laterally. That's one of the mistakes people make. They try to come over here. Different type of pocket sweep. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not what we're doing right now. Hips under, back flat. He's laying on his arms. Now I can either strip or just turn my knees to come up. Don't let go of the sleeve. A good training partner puts the hand on the hip. A good training partner is going to arch and hide that shoulder. Why are we hiding the shoulder?
Because if we don't hide the shoulder, they just take your back.
They just take your back. Make sense, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Ready? 1, 2.